Well, what is up, convicts and innocents? My name is Cattleya Hicks. I am your cosmic sex ed professor. I am a hot, middle-aged B-type star which has fallen from the Pleiades just to help y'all get your butts to the future. Now you might be asking, what does sex have to do with getting to the future? Wow, we are really just getting started, y'all. Well, for starters, sex made your body. Sex is your slimy brain's primary preoccupation. And I don't even care if you never think about sex, because clearly y'all's brains weren't made for thinking. You can see the evidence of that all around you. Oh, and your body and your brain are in fact your vehicles for this process of ascension that you're going to start hearing a lot about. None of this ascension stuff is about leaving your body. You will leave bodies. You've had a lot of bodies in the past. You got a lot more coming up in the future, but you will always be embodied so long as you are an evolving soul. Today, despite that long intro, I am trying to keep this real short. Last week, I had on a guest, our mother of the deep, Sedna. She is the one who does most of y'all's thinking for you, being that 95% of y'all's collective earthly brain operations, known as the collective unconscious. She is the remembrance of every mark ever made upon y'all's bodies and the Earth's body since 2560 BC. Before that too, but that's really when things started getting interesting. Now, Sedna ain't the same as the Akashic record. Sedna is much more like our Gothic record. She just remembers the bad stuff. She is our collective pain body, who, like a vulture, graciously ingests all that we have become too fragile and sensitive for. She thinks it's yummy. Well, anyway, last week I showed y'all this chart. Now, this dark little tadpole here would be Sedna, our collective pain body, the darkness out of which we are reaching up, ascending for this little white pearl. And as that is happening, y'all, already in the future, you got about 72,000 lives. It's an approximate number. We'll talk about it later. As that's happening, as you're ascending, your higher selves are descending, reaching down for the little black pearl. Sedna will compress all of your experiences from these 72,000 lives into a little black pearl, which will rest in your immortal soul. And that will be pretty much like your cosmic ID. That's proof that you were born here on Earth, that you traversed these 72,000 lives, that you have the experience, you have the nativity, you have the right and the authority to be living in eternity peacefully. Because until you have completed this time down here, you ain't safe. You ain't a safe person. You ain't a safe soul until you've done your time. And we've barely started talking about y'all's root chakra, but your individual root chakra located at your perineum, down here in between your genitalia and your buttholes, which I have nicknamed Alfalfa and Omega. Your genitalia obviously look like alien life forms. Ah! And then your butthole, I just came up with that name on the fly. I like it more than butthole, so y'all can keep it if you like it or forget about it. I don't care. Anyway, that's your root chakra, and basically that root chakra kind of sums up all of y'all's past life's experience into one body, which you are in right now. And the one body which you are in right now, it ain't the tip of the iceberg for your soul. It is the sum of the iceberg. So y'all, let's just say you have lived 71,411 lives. Okay? You are on your 71,412th life right now. All them past 71,411 lives, Sedna's got them. She has already crunched them all down, taken what makes sense, stored it in your root chakra, and that's gonna determine how safe you feel in this life. Have you learned enough about the planet you're on? Have you learned enough about how to operate in this body? Have you learned enough about how to operate in this body with all the other varieties of bodies around you? Now, the sum of all of that experience is that iceberg underneath y'all. It is your instinct and your intuition. Everything y'all's bodies know that's just too much for your little brainy brain. What you think your brainy brain is, you know, they say that's 5% of reality. Sedna is the 95% of the rest. Though on your individual level, y'all got your individual subconscious, which is like a miniature Sedna, all of your very own. You each got a little gothic gobble monster that is hungry for all of your fear and loathing, all of them dark thoughts and temptations, everything that runs across y'all's little mind, body, soul complex that acts like little creepy critters. Anything going on inside of you that you don't want to go on, you just feed it to Sedna. She will compost it for you. She will turn it into something that will nourish something else. So y'all are all right now about midway through these 144,000 lives. Every single one of you, okay? Y'all are all in middle school right now. I mean, if you ain't in middle school, why you in the middle school building? The year 2024 on Earth is middle school. If you're alive, that's where you are. I don't care if you're a teacher or a student. Well, actually, we are in the age of Gemini, and my key word for Gemini is both. Gemini is duality. The end goal of duality is non-duality. So here's duality right here, the hidden goal of which is a secret third thing. Now, y'all don't reach non-duality till you get to the sign of Cancer, which is after Gemini. And that's where we have our happy little home, okay? That's harmony. That's paternal and maternal forces existing peacefully under one roof. Now, we do have Cancer season coming up real soon, and I hope y'all get a little taste of that harmony. But quite truthfully, it's going to be a long, long time till y'all know true Cancerian, homely harmony upon planet Earth. And y'all are really cramming the first 3 signs of the zodiac, Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. All those lessons are crammed into these 72,000 lives. And that's all just pure ego training. That's why you end up having to depersonalize from all of these lives. Just like you get out of high school and you realize you never want to go through any of that shit ever again. Hang on to your yearbook, a few movie stubs, some crappy footage from a few concerts, and you're good. You'll be happy to give the rest to Sedna and move on to repersonalize in these 72,000 lives. And that's when you're going to journey through the whole rest of the zodiac. You've only gotten glimpses of the rest of the zodiac thus far. So many of y'all are thinking it's all been done, everything's over, apocalypse. Y'all are so freaking bored, you want the earth to be blown up. That's the only reason it's even in the collective awareness that it could be blown up, is that most of y'all are so bored or tired or frustrated or growth weary from all the growing pains that y'all just want to see it all blown up. And I'm sorry for your weary bones, but it ain't gonna happen. Your journey is just beginning. You're a hormonal little preteen. That's the best any of us are here, myself included. Being here in the middle of y'all's journeys, it's like being at the autumn equinox of a year. It is one long September right now on Earth, and it's time to call a truce. It's time to voluntarily blind y'all selves to anything that you don't want to see and focus that eye inward. You are trying to achieve divine inner union, balance between them masculine and feminine forces, the maternal and the paternal. This 69 here. You need to form a shell around yourself to protect that little pearl that your intuition, your psychic waters, Sedna, is trying to form for you. It's time for ego death, and it's time for establishing relationship with the true individual self before any of y'all go out into the world and try to build something with a shaky foundation. That's why y'all are so sick and tired. You've built so many foundations which crumbled right back down. It's real disheartening. But that's because y'all were operating in duality in Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, which are all epochs defined by Pluto-Neptune conjunctions. I'll give you some dates here, but this whole time in history, y'all have just been learning how to get up by falling down over and over and over and over and over again. And it ain't that you ever stop falling down. It's that you just learn to enjoy it. Anyway, I'm not so sure I kept this short and simple today. I guess Allison's gonna see in the editing process. Thank God I don't have to be around for that. The perks of being a star. Fallen or not, y'all, it's a better place to be. I love y'all so much. May the force be gentle with you. Peace out.